Welcome to the next episode in the This Is Not the Colorado I Expected to See series. Welcome to the next episode in the This Is Not the Colorado I Plan to Show You series. Welcome to the next episode in the This Is Not the Colorado You Normally See series. Welcome to the next episode in the This Is Not Where You Expected to See Me series. I don't know, I don't think any of those work. I'll figure it out.
Welcome to the next episode in the Unexpected Colorado series. I'm traveling through the eastern plains of Colorado after a run-in with altitude sickness forced me to scrap my grand plans of majestic mountain adventures. Scrambling to salvage something from my trip, I spotted some lower elevation public lands not terribly far from Loveland, where I need to be in a couple of days. After some hours on rural highways through rolling farmlands, I'm back off pavement, though this is more of a graveled highway with surprisingly steady traffic of work trucks, presumably involved with farming or servicing the many oil and natural gas wells I keep seeing out here. Cheery black-eyed Susans create a constellation of color against the muted tones of the prairie. Pawnee National Grassland is not so much a tract of public land as it is a checkerboard of federal lands interspersed with private property. You can pass in and out of the national grassland multiple times within minutes on a single road, so it's a little tricky to truly wander and explore, and it's critical to keep track of where you are on the map at any given moment. While there are many gated side roads that head into private land, I found that routes getting from point A to point B or connecting separate pieces of the grassland generally were passable. While I've seen occasional small clumps of wind turbines here and there along the Columbia Gorge in Oregon, I have never driven through such an endless array of these white windmills, and I find it absolutely mesmerizing. In addition to the striking backdrop of turbines, the landscape is also regularly dotted with a much older method of harnessing the wind. I don't know how old these are, but these windmills are still pumping drinking water for the cattle that graze these lands. After pausing to admire one up close, I find myself in a bit of a stare down with a local who has approached. I win this round, Bessie. This trailhead is one of my destinations out here. It's been a long day and it's getting late, so I won't be doing any hiking tonight, but I'm hoping to come back in the morning and give it a try. trail strikes out across the grasslands towards Pawnee Buttes. eventually ending at the nearest butte on the left. The second butte is on private land and inaccessible. While these buttes aren't particularly big or spectacular, they rise relatively high above the surrounding flatlands, and it's no surprise they're a point of interest out here. The trailhead is just a day-use area, but I've been seeing dispersed campsites here and there, so let's go see what we can find. Despite a bit of wind exposure, I love the view from this campsite, but unfortunately it's really close to another site where there's the only other vehicle I've seen out here all afternoon, which appears to be someone camping in a rental van. I'll keep looking. Around most of the roads in this immediate area, I found a nice spot on our rise offering 360-degree views, including the buttes, and turns out I'm just a stone's throw from tomorrow's trailhead. That trailer over on the next ridge is long abandoned. The only souls anywhere near me are the ever-present cattle. Based on the wind direction, I don't think that thunderstorm is going to impact me tonight. Alright, so it's 6:30. I've got camp packed up already. I got up early this morning because I wanted to go down and hike that trail a little bit. Well, those of you who have followed my channel for a while know that I am not much of a hiker. But apparently, at least according to what I read, these grasslands are supposed to be really good for wildlife spotting. Lots and lots of varieties of birds and other types of animals, ground animals, coyotes. I don't remember everything that I saw on the information panel. But it's hard to get a look at wildlife sometimes when you're making a lot of noise driving down a gravel road. So there's a little trail that goes out to one of the buttes out there, and I don't know if I will hike all the way out there, but it's a good opportunity to just walk and get out away from the truck and see what I can see. It isn't long before some movement in the distance catches my eye, and I spot something I never see on my Oregon adventures. I've believe this flower is the Rocky Mountain bee plant. Closer inspection reveals it attracts more than just bees. There are birds all around, but with nothing to perch on, they're hard to spot in the grasses. And that chirping you hear, well, turns out it's not a bird, that's a prairie dog. Well, another day, another stare down with a cow. In fact, looking around, I'm suddenly feeling a little watched. I'm beyond the cattle fence, but now frequently encountering something else in my path. These beetles are everywhere, and I believe this might be a type of desert stink beetle. Not the biggest bug I've ever seen, but still a decent-sized critter. This rocky segment of the trail must be bypassed for part of the year to protect nesting raptors, but I'm here at the right time, and getting up out of the grasses, I'm spotting more birds. This narrow spine of rock has given me pause. Am I still on the trail?
I am definitely on the trail. Alright, so according to Gaia GPS, I hiked out a little over a mile and then back about the same distance. So about a 2-mile hike. I was out for about an hour and a half. So I only went about halfway the distance to the butte. That felt about right for me. It was interesting all the way, and then I got to a point where I could see it was just going to be more walking through the grass just to get to the bottom of that butte. So that was perfect. Not a lot of big wildlife out there, but some small things to see. That was a lot of fun. Really beautiful country. I hope you enjoyed this visit to Pawnee National Grasslands. I certainly did. Not what I was expecting to see when I came out to Colorado, but this is really beautiful country out here.
This is the end of the Unexpected Colorado series. None of this was quite what I had in mind for this trip, but I hope you've enjoyed these places as much as I did. If you appreciate the work and expense I put into producing this content, consider becoming a supporter on Patreon. Members receive direct messaging access, exclusive behind-the-scenes content, real-time updates on the Frontier build, and occasionally complete mini-episodes that will never appear on the public channel. As always, thank you for watching.